but Central Province get back nicely. Buaneka Udangamur protecting that ball there for his scrum half, but that's not a good kick. This is the fullback, that's Janit Rambukkanage. Gavin Seagerts crosses the gain line on the blind side. Balls available for Western Province, and they choose to keep it tight, keep it short. Another hit just on the fringes, and this time they might look to spread it. Anuradha Herat coming in on the short angle, but they were alive to the danger. Were the Central Province and brought him down in time. That was hugely offside by Romesh Prematilaka there. And referee Dinka Pieris catching it very quickly. Actually, that's Lochana Fernando who was offside, and Pravin De Silva immediately pointing to the posts. That's the ball being dropped there. But before that drop, we had an offside. And that was clearly visible because he was way in front of the last foot. The rule is that you have to be behind the last foot on your own side of the ruck. And that's not what happened when Lochana Fernando looked to infringe. So those are discipline issues, Jivan, that will...
Yeah, good evening, Shanaka. Yeah, it's all about discipline. You saw Central Province there dominating the first few minutes of that mistake made by Gavin Seagerts. And then, one drop pass, and here we are on the 45 and a penalty for Western Province. So that's the nature of the game, Shanaka.
Yes, one thing here is the line break that Anuradha Herat got. It took the ball forward 10 meters, and these were the Colombo schools have really got ahead with that little line break. Those hard yards are so important in a game. He took the game forward, the ball forward, and from that ensuing scrum, we saw this happening. Jeevan.
Exactly. Cruel game, isn't it, Ajit? One team dominates and the score is in favor of the other.
Exactly. As Jerome Kanute snaps that one, hits it nicely, hits it crisply, and it flew straight and true between the posts. So the first points on the board for the Western Province. And as you said, Jivan, sometimes it's not who dominates. It's about who dominates on the scoreboard.
Exactly. Just looking at the team, Shanak, I just feel that the Central Province team seems to be more conditioned and more organized than the Western Province team, who have now missed their second consecutive kickoff.
Blue. White's there.
Yes, a lot of these players already playing for clubs, so they probably don't get a chance as much to practice together. Whereas there aren't many clubs available in the Central Province, so even if they do go for Kandy Sports Club practice, these boys will definitely be used to one another, playing with each other. See another good take in the line out by the Western Province. And this driving maul has worked well twice for them already.
Holding.
Infringement there, yeah. I think holding on, Shanaka, is that the call? Yeah, it's holding on. So penalty for Central Province, and this gives them an opportunity to even things out again.
Jivan, interesting call there, holding on. It was a maul, and the maul went down. Can you be called for holding on in a maul?
Yeah, that's a bit of a bemusing call there by referee Dinka Pieris, because the moment the maul comes down, you're under no obligation to let the ball go. So it's an interesting call, Shanaka.
That's why we see it there. That was the maul. It travelled forward quite a bit, and then it went down. And you can see the referee calls holding. And if it doesn't come out of the maul, it's a scrum to the other team. But an interesting call there from referee Dinka Piris, to say the least. So Tilina Vijay Singh has a chance to even things up here for the Central Province. It's a good kick, but just under the crossbar. And this is the danger of the man. He is a dead-eye dick with the player's kick, so you can't infringe too close to your own 22. He's going to punish you. So very even game at the moment, Jeevan.
Yes, Shanaka. Thilan Vijay Singh is an outstanding player. He has been outstanding for a couple of seasons for his school, Dhamaraja. And he's one of those players I'm sure who can just go, have a bath after this game and come on to and play in the next game, because he's that kind of a quality player. So he doesn't miss too many chances. So fortune favours Western Province at the moment.
Yes, very much so, because they've made another horrible mistake off the restart once again. We've had a 2 drop restarts from them, and now from the 22 dropout, they've kicked it out on the full. So a big scrum coming up, and the Central Province team, to the naked eye, looks a bit heavier. So let's see where this one goes. Ajit, you think they'll try to rumble this one forward?
I think they'll go wide here because that's where their talent is. They got two devastating runners on the wings, so I'm sure they're going to spray it unless we see it happening. And oh gosh, that's not on.
That's a terrible knock on by Vijay Singh, who tried to take the ball at first receiver on the blind side.
Forward, no advantage for blue.
And that was knocked
Stand
on.
down,
So
mark here.
a good attacking position squandered there. The pass just a little bit too in front of him.
Yes,
And
I think what happened there was that the scrum wheeled to the left and the scrum half came against the wheel, and maybe they took time to adjust to the travelling ball at that time. But on the left side, there was all the runners ready to take that, and I'm sure he should have gone with the swing of things at that time rather than go against the wheel of the scrum.
So a defensive scrum now for Western Province, well cleared there. And Jerome Kanuta will put it high. He knows he can't kick it out on the full. And good contest for the ball there. But again, was Udangamua in front of the last man who played the ball? Looked like he might have been. Jerome Kanute goes down but can't protect the ball. It's loose.
Advantage play, knock forward.
It's going everywhere. Referee's playing advantage for the knock-on, and Western Province have the ball.
Number 5.
And they also have a penalty. Number 5 straight in from the side. So another bit of indiscipline from Nisal Pereira there that time. The 2 second rows have given away 2 penalties for the Central Province team. Here we see it one more time. That's the number 19 trying to forge ahead with that loose ball. Fairly high tackle there by Captain Praveen De Silva. But the referee says that's okay. And another mistake from the Western Province because they don't put this ball out into touch. So Western Province living dangerously. And Buaneka Udangamua is another man who will make you pay. He was an outstanding player in the school season, and he makes some yards but drops the ball forward. So these teams obviously a little bit rusty, Jivan and Ajit.
Yes, they're playing after some time. You can't expect them to get into top tier straight away. Maybe it might take one half at least to get the rhythm going. Rhythm is the key here. None of the sides have found their feet yet. They're still trying to spar with the other side and get a game plan going. I'm sure the 2 coaches who are very experienced coaches from Kandy is Gunaratna, and then Martha is from Colombo. They may have spelled something out, but the guys here, as you can see, are taking time to settle as the driving maul keeps the Colombo side going forward. Going forward is the key of the game. Key in the game, and hard yards, winning that contest is very important in the rucks and mauls, taking the ball forward on the sides.
That's Tirina Vijayasinghe once again collared by about 3 Western Province players. Again, very untidy play, but the ball knocked on, says referee Dick Apiris. So we've seen attacking intent from both teams, just unable to get that pass away. Rochana Hettiarachi in your picture there. That's Tirina Vijayasinghe. Ball stolen away from him. And he came off the leg there.
Yeah, again, a bit of an unfortunate call because the momentum is going their way, Shanaka. Teams are making most of the scraps that come their way. So, as Ajit said, there's a lot of rust here, and I'm sure the game will settle in going into the second half.
That's Amila Virakun breaking away from the scrum there. Ball is available for the scrum half. Calls for his big prop. That's a massive drive from Iran Samarakun. Bumps off one of the would-be defenders, which is Amila. Rochana Hettiarachi puts a little chip kick in. This is dangerous. Manages to control the ball, and Udangamua goes in as the first man to try and rescue it, but it's knocked on this time.
Yeah, Seagats clears that loose ball up, and the ball is turned over once again.
So again, some good intent by the Central Province team, just the execution letting them down at the moment.
Obstruction.
And there's an obstruction called with the defense a good 6 or 7 meters away. Another interesting call. I think we'll have to call those. I think we'll have to use the word interesting a fair amount today, Jivan.
I think what the players can pray for is some consistency, Shanaka. That's the only thing we can hope for. Because some very interesting calls, and the schoolboys might wonder whether the rules have been changed slightly.
But as long as you're consistently interesting, I guess you can have no complaints.
On the line.
But the reason why I probably wouldn't have blown the whistle there is because that obstruction or so-called obstruction had absolutely no interference with any defenders. They didn't get in the way of any defenders who might have gotten to the ball. So there was no actual unfairness in the contest with the ball. So an attacking line out for the Central Province off that call, and nicely taken by Nisal Pereira at the top. Ajit, good defense though from the Western Province team.
Yes, they are really up to it. They're fairly aggressive right on the gain line.
Release,
No
release,
real
release.
gain by the Central Province forwards, but they are got this penalty for themselves, and I'm sure there's a scoring chance here, Shanaka.
Massive hit there by the number 4, that's Niraj Gunasinghe. Very big hit in defense. Those are the sorts of things that win matches. This is Hettiarachchi. So dangerous from this sort of position. Goes on his own and makes the gain line. This is Udangamua, but he knocks the ball on too. So absolute butterfingers for the Central Province team. And finally the knock-on advantage call comes. Didn't see how advantage was going to ensue in that situation, but the referee played on to see if something would happen and Western Province would come away with the ball. Here we go. That's an all-out wrestle for the ball there.
Pulling flankers, pulling all those cut those. Flankers put a balance there.
I like the way you two gentlemen refer to
Come up on my
the
left.
refereeing.
Second set, flankers, stay bound.
I like the way you two gentlemen refer to the refereeing because being lawyers, you are very diplomatic in referring to some of the incidents. But
Advantage, flanker not bow.
we'll see how it goes. I hope he won't be consistent with his inconsistency.
Well, it's about the 5th penalty and we're only in about the 13th minute of play. And that's a sign of things to come, I think. The penalty counts in Sri Lankan games very, very high.
Okay, boy.
A lot of the time because players' skills are bad and also partly due to the fact that referees don't manage games. Preventive refereeing. Proactive refereeing is not the order of the day. It's more punitive calling that happens. And early on we're having a chat with Tiruna Vijayasinghe.
Okay.
Quick chat, and this is the fly half for the Western Province team. That's Darsha Tilakaratna, who looks to put his team in opposition territory for one of the few times this half.
Blue.
Yeah, they're certainly not short of quality, Shanaka, today. I know there are a few names missing in the Western Province lineup, especially, but there's no shortage of quality. We see a two-man line out here, which is probably a bad idea looking at the end result.
Knock back.
Yes, a very bad idea, but again, the numbers issue comes into play. Jivan, they had about 4 men in that, the Central Province team. So whether they could have... They should have been blown for having extra numbers in the line-out. I don't know. It's very difficult when a team runs into the line-out like that. But again, that was the call that probably should have been made earlier. The ball not being released from the maul.
Exactly. I think it was a question of picking which one you wanted to award, Shanaka, because I don't think the Western Province team was 10 meters back either. It all happened so fast. But having said that, it also helps to have a talkative scrum half, Shanaka, just to, be in the referees here, say 10 meters, be a bit of gamesmanship. I'm sure they will milk that one.
Yes, that definitely.